Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. Usually they give me these points to speak from, and I hardly read from this. But first and foremost, I'd like to thank all of you who've come here to attend this World Maritime Day. I don't think it has ever happened. It has ever been celebrated in Pakistan before. If it has, it's not in the archives. I also want to thank Mr. Sultan Alana, Chairman HBL. He's always been very helpful. He also serves on there's a little advisory committee that I formed as soon as I took over. And he's always been helpful at all times of day and night. I've called him for advice. Anwar Saab, thank you very much for your experience. Excellency, Christian Turner, my friend, I have really held back on tweeting whatever I wanted to tweet on the cricket affairs, but he's also been very helpful. And I know for a fact, because I've seen it, that he's actually, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but I've actually seen how you are trying your level best to build bridges and to increase cooperation and trade and whatnot, and visa issues and especially the red list. So thank you. You've done quite well. And last but not Rangers, DG Ranger Saab, all the admirals, and all of you, chairmans. And before I go to the governor, there's a gentleman here who was not on the list of speakers, but every time I meet Navy admirals, they all say कि ये हमारा उस्ताद है. तो मैंने कहा उस्ताद को भी मौका दे दें बीच में. Ambassador and Vice Admiral Khan Asham Khan Saab, thank you for attending, and I know that you were not on the list of speakers, but I wanted you to come and speak and हमारे भी उस्तादी कर लें थोड़ी सी आप. अब ये उस्ताद तो उस्ताद होता है, ये कौन सा उस्ताद है ये आप लोग खुद बताइएगा. And last and not the least, my old friend, His Excellency the Governor, who actually was instrumental way back in 99, 2000 for me to get active in politics. I want to thank you for spoiling my life. I was comfortably living, and he dragged me in. I used to live in the US, commute or do business in the US, and my interaction with Prime Minister Imran Khan, when then just Imran Khan, was restricted to Shaukat Khanum fundraisers and admiration of his cricketing skills and achievements, being a thodi bahut cricket maine bhi kheli thi. But actually, it's Governor Sindh Imran Ismail who was with the Prime Minister from before he even launched the party, and he was helping him in fundraising for Shaukat Khanum, and he's the one who actually sort of pushed me in this mess, and here I am. Before I actually go on today's topic, I want to one by one address the questions that were raised here. First, Sultan Alana Saab's points on the lack of interest of the financial sector in this whole blue economy. You're 100% right, sir. And you were very generous. You were very, very, very generous when you said that the exposure of financial institutions in Pakistan on blue economy subjects is 1%. So you were being very generous. I think it's way below 1%. You cannot go to any bank in Pakistan and tell them that I want to buy a ship, I want to set up a company. They don't have aid. This is a very specialized field. So we need to set up a maritime desk before we set up a maritime bank. First, let's get the big banks to focus on setting up a maritime desk in their organizations. So we actually get to learn what it is, because it's a floating asset, right? And it's very difficult. And we've had problems of ships getting stuck here and there, our own ships, because of other entities that haven't performed. And the biggest challenge, I mean, there are a few challenges, but one of the biggest challenges we faced in Pakistan, and personally I faced, was what in naval terms is called sea blindness. Even people who live in Karachi, people like me who were born and raised in Karachi, the only interaction we had with the sea was that we used to go to the beach or once in a while go crabbing and look at these humongous ships and not take pictures because you get arrested. I have no idea why that rule. You can't take pictures on the ocean. Well, I'm telling everybody you can go and take pictures in the ocean. Everything is available on Google. So we have the sea blindness, and some of it is our own fault because we've shut it down from the rest of the country. So we need to first, if that was a challenge for me to learn myself and also my esteemed cabinet colleagues, because I kept getting asked, why is Maritime Minister talking about this, or why is Maritime Minister interfering in this? If you actually talk about blue economy, everything is, it encompasses, the umbrella is huge and a lot of sectors are connected to it. The other challenge was trying to get the private sector to get into this business. We gave the policy, we got the state bank to do what is called a long-term LTFF finance facility. But after the nationalization, where most of our industry got destroyed, this is a very capital intensive business. It's not a $100,000 asset. So when you buy a ship, you're putting in $5, $10, $20 million, even more. So, we haven't actually recovered from that. But slowly we are going to recover, and I would humbly request and plead with Mr. Alana that he has the biggest bank to lead, his bank to lead this process of getting financing readily available for sectors in the blue economy. Not only for hotels and real estate on the ocean, but also for ships and this Kamyab Mahigir program that we started. And I really want to thank you, your organization, Bank of Punjab, Al Falah and National Bank, because they've all signed up. If I'm not missing, I think there's 4 or 5 of you, to provide low cost or zero interest loans to our fishing community so they can uplift that sector, because they have actually been neglected the most. And this was their city. Karachi was their city. It was a fishing village which got converted into a port, and here we are. Second, Christian, you called me crazy, and I take that as a compliment. Because those who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world actually end up doing something. But the rest of them are just rest of the people who just go, and that's what I've learned from our PM with my time with him, because he thinks not only out of the box, he just doesn't have a box. There is no, he says, he has always told us that you are only restricted by your imagination. Let it open up and you can do everything. So when I say, you said that you want to double the trade, $1 billion and change, let's multiply that by 10. And that is the challenge we should have. Why only 3 billion UK? Why not 15 billion? That is the challenge we need to put up, because doubling it is quite easy. We need to actually think out of the box, or delete the box and say, what can we do to increase our exports to the UK? And we have a lot of products. I mean, just with the coastal sort of the shipping, the fishing industry, there's a lot that we can do. I don't want to get into foreign policy, but one of the biggest issues of Brexit, challenges of Brexit between two massive European nations was where they draw the line for rights of fishing, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a really important subject, and we are stuck at 450 million US dollars exports. I think the potential is over 3 billion. So slowly we have to get these things on track. the current freight crisis is also something that I want to talk about. And I will not mince my words when I say that the word has a negative connotation, but it is true because I feel that there is cartelization by these big shipping lines. Because what used to cost $2,500 a container, one TEU, which is called from Pakistan to the US, is now costing us $8,000 to $10,000. From China, it's gone up to $26,000, $27,000. Because of COVID, last year, businesses were down and shipping companies suffered a lot. We, as usual, because of our bureaucratic red tape, could not take advantage. It was the best time for us to acquire vessels and be ready because it had to turn around. We couldn't do it. Government couldn't do it because we had bureaucratic red tape. And the private sector didn't do it because they are still scared of what happened in 1971 or 73, the nationalization. But we missed the boat. We missed the opportunity. But it's fine, we'll still get into it, we'll get another opportunity, but I request everybody who's in government, including myself and my ministry, to also start thinking out of the box and come up with ways of things and give me solutions of how it can be done. Because sadly, and I've realized it's not only Pakistan, globally, the bureaucratic mindset will first come and tell you why it cannot be done. Anything you want to do, will say it can't be done because you need to come up with solutions and why and how and why it can be done and why it should be done. Coastal tourism, once again, after the 18th Amendment, I'd like to do a lot of things. When I took over as a crazy, ambitious minister, we went to Hasham Khan Sahab, I'll tell you what we went. We made a whole detailed program on what we can do on this massive coastal belt from here to Gwadar. And we said 80 kilometers from here, as the crow flies, is a place called Mayani Hor, which is a natural lagoon, absolutely brilliant. I've showed these plans to Sultan Alana Sahab, just like I showed him the Karachi Coastal Development Plans, and he said, "You are crazy." Alhamdulillah, we've done one. We've started one. It's in the CPEC umbrella. Inshallah, we'll keep pushing. You don't give up. But it's unbelievable the kind of opportunity we have on our coastal belt. Maritime assets, I'll tell you, because Hasham Saab spoke about the President spoke about the shipyard, shipbreaking industry, security. But let's make one thing clear. All of these assets actually should have been under the Ministry of Maritime because they are maritime subjects. But because we didn't do anything in the past, the shipyard was ports and shipping. It was given to the Navy because our political leadership failed to do anything with it. And Admiral Hassan Nasir Shah is sitting right here, who served as MD for how many years? 6 years? 6 years. And he did wonders over there. Now he's the chairman of Port Qasim. Well, civilian governments and civilian bureaucracy couldn't do it. That's why it's there. The shipbreaking in Gadani, it's a subject of the Balochistan government, Balochistan Environment Protection Agency or something. Yes, we were number one, but although it's not under my ministry, but it's a related subject. So we took the initiative of organizing a Hong Kong convention workshop where we had experts come in from all over the world. We got our industry people together, people who own what they call dhakkas, jahan pe jahaz lagta hai. We got the people from the government, from the government of Balochistan, and we conducted a 2-day workshop to explain to them what actually Hong Kong Convention is. Because if you said Hong Kong Convention, they're already talking about a convention center in Hong Kong. But we did that exercise. But maybe have to do it again, and maybe we have to implement some rules and enforce them. Let's talk about PMSA. All of you people on the media, you were sending me, and the rest of the world, and some cabinet members, you were sending me messages on my phone when the ship got stuck as if the Ministry of Maritime has a law enforcement arm. We don't have a law enforcement arm like the Aviation Ministry has ASF, Railway has Railway Police, Communication Ministry for NHA has the Highway Patrol or whatever. What do we have? And I'm thankful to the DGP MSA who's always available 24/7 at all odd hours of day and night. You sir, and the Admiral Zakka before you. I've taken liberty of going to you directly and not waiting to go through the Ministry of Defense, because actually we don't have time to act. So, you know, I pick up the phone and call you on WhatsApp and say this is what is happening, and we'll follow the rest of whatever happens later. Because technically, if you look at the rules, they were a civilian organization. But because we never built civilian infrastructure, we can't handle them. So they are again under the Ministry of Defense. Marine services, because you spoke about marine services. So here's an offer, because a lot of people are watching us here and Zoom call internationally. इसलिए मैं अंग्रेजी में बोल रहा हूँ, वरना मुझे कोई शौक नहीं अंग्रेजी में बोलने का, या पाकिस्तान में मैं उर्दू में ही बोलता, लेकिन क्योंकि बाहर भी बहुत लोग बैठे हैं इसलिए मैं अंग्रेजी में बोल रहा हूँ, और हमने कोई ट्रांसलेटर बीच में नहीं रखा हुआ। Let's not compete, let's complement each other. हमारा प्रॉब्लम भी है, हम आपस में कंपटीशन में पड़ जाते हैं। हमको एक दूसरे को कॉम्प्लीमेंट करना है। हमने भी मरीन सर्विसेज बना ली, आपने भी मरीन सर्विस बना ली। फिगर आउट करें कि आपस में मिलकर इसको एक इतनी बड़ी कंपनी बनाए कि पाकिस्तान के लिए हम बाहर इंटरनेशनल टेंडर्स में भी जाके जाए और पूरे रीजन के अंदर मरीन सर्विसेज का काम करें, वरना हम आपस में एक दूसरे के खिलाफ टेंडरिंग करके कम्पीट करते रहेंगे। और हम कभी बेहतर होंगे तो हम आप पे स्टे ले लेंगे, और आप कभी बेहतर आप हम पे ले लेंगे और हम आप पे ले लेंगे, और मेरे बच्चे भी बड़े हो जाएंगे और वो हम स्टे ऑर्डर चलता रहेगा पाकिस्तान की कोर्ट्स में। सो लेट्स कॉम्प्लीमेंट ईच अदर इंस्टेड ऑफ कंपीटिंग विद ईच अदर, राइट। इस मुल्क में हुआ क्या है जी, ये भी मैं जरा उर्दू में बता दूं। इसी पोर्ट कासिम में $29,000 a डे पे जब मैं वजीर बना तो टग्स $29,000 रोज के हम टगों को किराए में दे रहे थे और डीजल भी अपना दे रहे थे। तो हमने कभी सोचा ही नहीं कि हम अपना मरीन एसेट क्यों नहीं बना के अपने टग्स क्यों नहीं बना लें। वो फाइल ही घूम रही थी, और यही हाल केपीटी का भी था। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अब मैं जा रहा हूं अगले हफ्ते, हमने लड़ाइयां कर करके ऊपर से लेके नीचे तक हर जगह, और मैं आई वांट टू कॉम्प्लीमेंट बोथ माय चेयरमैन एंड द सेक्रेटरी, कि हर किस्म की लकूना डाला गया बीच में कि जी टग ना लें। मुझे नहीं पता कि वो क्या क्यों नहीं लेना चाहते, लेकिन हम अपने टग्स लें, हम अपनी मरीन कैपेसिटी बिल्ड करें। क्यों हम $30,000 मार दें? डॉलर दे क्यों? डॉलर बड़ा रखा हुआ है हमारे पास। तो अब हमने 4 टग्स पोर्ट कासिम में लिए हैं, जिनकी डिलीवरी बस अभी शुरू हो जाएगी अगले 6 महीने में, और 4 टग्स केपीटी ने भी ली हैं, उसकी भी इंशाल्लाह 2 की अभी आ रही है डिलीवरी और 2 की अगले साल हो जाएगी। और मैं अपने बच्चों के नाम पे, अपने नाम पे टग्स के नाम नहीं रख रहा, ये मैं बताना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि पहले टग का नाम कोई और ही है, कोई आफ्ताब है, कोई अली है, जरा पता कर लीजिएगा किसके नाम पे रखे गए। हम इलाकों के नाम पे रख रहे हैं। मैं अनाउंस करना चाहता हूं कि जो पोर्ट कासिम के टग्स हैं उनमें से एक का नाम है मलीर, एक का नाम है पिरंगी, एक का नाम है घारो और एक का नाम है पिपरी। और जो केपीटी के टग्स हैं जो हमने खरीदे हैं, उनमें से एक का नाम है किमाड़ी, एक का नाम है खारादर, एक का नाम है मीठादर और एक का नाम है लियारी। हम किसी के नाम, बच्चों के नाम पे नहीं टग अपने रख रहे, क्योंकि पहले ये भी होता था कि जिसकी भी हाथ में ताकत थी वो अपने बच्चों के नाम पे, बीवी के नाम पे, अपने नाम पे टग और जहाजों का नाम रख लेते थे। ये प्रैक्टिस हमने खत्म कर दी है। हमारे मुल्क में और बहुत अच्छी अच्छी चीजें हैं। लास्टली जी, बिफोर आई टॉक अबाउट सी फेयरर्स, मैंने थोड़ा ज्यादा टाइम ले लिया बिकॉज मुझे जवाब देने जरूरी थे। दो पॉइंट्स में शाम साहब आपके मैं एड्रेस करना चाहता हूं। मुझे जरा ये बताएं, यहां सारे बैठे हुए हैं, जो जो सी ब्लाइंडनेस और जो लैक ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इन द सब्जेक्ट, एंड आई कंसिडर एंड आई पुट माई सेल्फ इन द सेम चैलेंज, आई गिव दिस चैलेंज टू माई सेल्फ ऑल्सो। जरा ये बताएं कि लास्ट टाइम किस दोस्त के बच्चे से आपने पूछा कि तुम बड़े होकर क्या बनना चाहते हो, तो वो आपको कहा मैं सी का कप्तान बनना, जहाज का कप्तान बनना चाहता हूं। कोई ये बात ही नहीं करता। वो लॉयर बनेगा, वो सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर बन जाएगा, डॉक्टर बन जाएगा, एनईडी में जाएगा, सब कुछ करने को तैयार, फौज में जाने को तैयार है, कोई नेवी में भी चले। मर्चेंट नेवी का कप्तान बनने के लिए कितने बच्चे आपको नजर आते हैं? मैं तो कितने दोस्तों से 3 साल हो गए, हजारों से आदमियों से मिला हूं, मुझे आज तक कोई नहीं मिला जो है मैं मेरा बच्चा बड़ा होकर सी में जाके ऑयल टैंकर का कप्तान बनना चाहता है। वो ये जरूर कहते हैं कि यार सी पीएमए में एडमिशन करवा दें, उसके बाद क्या करना है वो। सो देयरफॉर दिस हैज टू बी अ नेशनल एफर्ट। If you want to become a maritime power, then there has to be a paradigm shift in thinking, and every university in this country should have some maritime subjects. In fact, I would request both the chairmen of the honorable chairmen of the board sitting here and also the chairman of PNSC, you should, and I've been saying it, but now I'm saying it publicly because things only happen when I say it publicly. प्राइवेट में बोलते रहो नहीं होता। आई एम टेलिंग, रिक्वेस्टिंग यू, डायरेक्टिंग यू पब्लिकली दैट यू नीड टू बोथ स्टार्ट प्रोग्राम्स एंड गेट स्कूल्स। ये जो इनके बच्चों को लेके जाएं, इनको पोर्ट्स के दौरे कराएं, इनको जहाज में चढ़ाएं, इनको बताएं तो सही है क्या मैरीटाइम। उनको क्या पता, वो तो समंदर में बैठ के अपने अब्बा के बीच पे हट चले जाते हैं, जो अंग्रेजी स्कूल में बच्चे पढ़ने वाले हैं हमारे जैसे, और बाकियों को पता बेचारों को कुछ नहीं। सो यू नीड टू स्टार्ट दिस एक्सरसाइज and have a desk where you get schools from across the city, across the province, across the country. Give them a tour of the ocean and let them know what it is all about, because I didn't. So now, you know, they will develop interest from that age. 8, 9 class में interest develop होना शुरू होता है। Vaccination drive में जी हमने once again, यहाँ ब्रिगेडियर साहब किधर बैठे हैं, इनको हमने चार्ज दिया, ब्रिगेडियर तारिक को जो जीएम एडमिन है केपीटी के, we gave him the charge to coordinate a vaccination drive for the city. NCOC ने हमें कहा कि आप वैक्सीनेशन करें। So I am pleased to announce that from the 1st of July, no 1st of July नहीं, 1st of August we started. We've crossed about 320,000 people in this city that have been vaccinated through the efforts of Port Qasim, PNSC, and led by KPT. So, and even today, as we are here, our mobile vans are all over the city vaccinating people. And last, before again I talk about the foreign consultants, I 100,000,000% agree with you, sir. I am so sick and tired of these tenders with the word foreign in it, because every single foreign consultant turns around and hires the expertise from Pakistanis. With due respect to my friend sitting here, Christian, all of them hire Pakistani expertise. Pakistani people do the work and send it to the foreign consultants, who will stamp a nice foreign company's seal on it and submit it back to us. And the difference is in the hundreds and thousands of dollars. We must build our own resources. You cannot always rely on foreign consultants. So therefore, I have now directed the ministry to remove the word foreign from all their tenders. And if a Pakistani company wants to go and take and seek assistance, it's up to them. But it has to be Pakistani companies that we must build their capabilities to deliver. Now the seafarers, quickly, this is the topic. देखिए, ये जो seafarers है ना, ये किसी भी बैटल ग्राउंड से कम काम नहीं कर रहे हैं. In these COVID situations, in my opinion, they're actually in a battleground, because not a day goes by that I have to figure out a way to get some seafarer out, and the DG Port and Shipping sitting here is always sort of working with some manning company to get them back to Pakistan, and I'm sure that all ministers and all transportation and maritime organizations across the globe have to face this. Although we never closed any of our port for even an hour during the peak of the pandemic, but our seafarers, I have to give them a big round of applause first before I even say anything, because they are actually frontliners. You just heard the Secretary General of the IMO requesting all member states to make them key workers or essential workers. I have to tell you that in Pakistan, we've already done that. The cabinet passed it about 3 weeks ago, and they are declared key workers in Pakistan, Pakistani seafarers. It has been it's very difficult to. I challenge you to go on the boat and stay in the ocean for 4 or 5 hours. Forget about 6 months or 3 months that they get stuck there. It's not easy. So hats off to them. They had a lot of issues when we came into office, and the Prime Minister especially told me that, because you know what, don't think they're only from Karachi. Our seafarers come all the way from Gilgit, Swat, Sibbi, Jhelum, from all over the country we have seafarers. And they had issues. या shipping office में जो होता था sign in, sign off का, वो हमने बंद कर दिया, digitize कर दिया. All seafarers' data, thanks to PNSC, is now online, so they don't have to come to ask us about the authenticity of the documents. All the documents are online. So when they go apply for visas, you can just log in and check their documentation. They didn't have what you call SID cards, sailor identification cards. Once again, the Ministry of Maritime took this initiative, and with Nadra now, I think 95% of them have their digital sailor identification cards with them. The biggest challenge now, and Chris, I would really like your help in it, Christian. My biggest challenge with seafarers is, and by the way, Philippines last year crossed $6 billion in remittance, foreign remittance from their seafarers. And we are nowhere. So what I would like, the help I need from you is that the IMO convention, there are rules and regulations on how to treat seafarers as far as their visa issues are concerned. So I'm writing a letter on Monday to the European ambassador, European Union ambassador. I'm requesting you also. Seafarer visa issues must be addressed on war footing, because they are the livelihood, and they miss ships and somebody else gets it. And that is a big challenge for me, because I want to send them on foreign vessels as well, but because of the visas, they get stuck. So at least you take the lead, because I know you were saying one day that if you were ever joined the forces, you would have been wearing whites in the Navy, right? So here's your chance to do something for the merchant Navy whites, that please help us get their visa issues resolved. Last, KCC-DZ, the Karachi Coastal Comprehensive Development Zone. Everybody tells me, and I've been reading on this social media as well, and some environmentalists have also started. Even Chris last night at dinner was asking me about the mangroves. This project actually started because of marine pollution. Because मैं जरा उर्दू में बोल देता हूँ, लियारी नदी से और बाकी सारे नालों से 550 मिलियन गैलन गंदा पानी आप समंदर में रोज फेंक रहे हो. हर रोज फेंक रहे हो, 4-5 हजार टन सॉलिड वेस्ट फेंक रहे हो, कोई सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट नहीं है, बस जमा करते हैं नालों में। अभी बारिश होगी ना, जितना नाले हमने साफ नहीं किए वो पानी सारा वो नालों में लेके चला जाएगा, वो भी फेडरल गवर्नमेंट साफ कर रही है। ये शुरू ही उधर से हुआ। तो मैं इधर उधर गया, मैंने कहा ये मार्श लैंड जो कीचड़ है इधर तो तबाही है, सारा कराची का वो रंगी सारा सब नहरी में गिरता है और वहां पर आके आपके तबाह कर रहा है पूरी एनवायरमेंट को। सो जो आपको यू नो जो लिटिल मैंग्रोव्स यू सी वो भी खत्म, दे विल आल्सो वैनिश। So the first step is that in this project is that we will set up a water treatment plant at the mouth of the Lyari River. So every drop of water that comes into the ocean is treated before it falls in the ocean, and we collect solid waste there. Second important aspect is that we are going to plant 50 times more mangrove than the only, because 60% of the project is green. And the existing will make that into a wetlands park. So people will understand, you know, what marine pollution and what marine life is all about. Number 3, our fisheries is in the pits. So we will set up a brand new state-of-the-art, top of the world fishing harbor and a fish processing unit next to it. That is also part of the 3.5 billion. And so is the connectivity bridge. It's called, you know, a very majestic harbor bridge will connect. And in addition, there are 4 new berths that are also being made in it. So I will actually hold a full workshop just on KCC-DZ and invite all the environmentalists, all those who have questions to come and ask, and I'll ask the media to come and cover it live. So we are clear that this project is actually a game changer for Pakistan, as the Prime Minister has said it. Once again, I want to thank all of you. I took a little more than the time that was allotted to me, only because I took permission from the governor to barge into his time. Plus, I had to answer questions that were raised on this podium. Thank you very much. Pakistan Zindabad.